I'm a fashion designer, and about 30 years I had a small factory, and I manufactured clothes only from cotton. And I had this philosophy from the beginning about zero waste. So the first challenge was how to design in a zero waste philosophy, and don't waste materials and etc. So I thought that it is better to have a smart design instead of trying to find afterwards what to do with the remnants. So you have to think first and then design. So I design in a different way. When I had to do something like this, I was thinking about, it's mine, from my
Collection.
Okay. Too old, 20 years maybe. And I was trying to find small things that I can also manufacture from these remnants in the cutting, in the pattern. And afterwards, I was trying to do clothes without stitches, without sewing at all.
Wow.
So I designed, how we call it, polymorphic
Shapes.
shapes. So you just have to tie it on you, but not sewing at all. So I had only one problem then, where to put the label, because there was no stitches, nothing. So the only sewing point was the label, only 1 centimeter.
Okay.
It was the top of the zero waste.
And how could you, let's say, join two separate pieces without sewing?
You have to think in a smart way how to do it, and then you just tie it together. So many of those clothes you can wear 1 piece or 2 pieces or 3 pieces and build it on you. Anyway, then the crisis began here so hard, and it was difficult to have a factory. And here in Thessaloniki we had a very strong ο κλάδος, πώς είναι, Σοφία, πώς το λέμε? The manufacturers were too many here in Thessaloniki. Most of the manufacturers for the whole Greece, they used to be here. But for example, 90%, when we have affairs and everything, only people from Thessaloniki, they're manufacturers. And for example, in Athens, we have importers, and here we have manufacturers. But 10 years ago, 15 years ago, the crisis destroyed all this section. And about 15, we had the refugees problem. What's the connection with this? You'll see. And in 2015, I've done a campaign about the refugees from Syria and from the war. And it was the time that we connect with Sofia more a little bit together. She found me. And all this campaign, the campaign went viral, and it was too hard to manage it. So I started to have make a connection with other groups, solidarity groups, and all this stuff, and NGOs. But afterwards, I realized that all this teaches me a lot about how we manage all the resources, what we do. For example, one problem was that the refugees stand outside before the cabs, and they couldn't wash their hair. It's a big problem. To run out of water and shampoo and all this stuff. And I was trying to find solutions from the past. And I found that, okay, it's hard to run out of water, but you can wash, you can make a dry wash your hair with cocoa powder. And nobody knows this. Or you can use baking soda and wash your hair. And I say, look, with a spoon of cocoa powder, somebody can become clean and not suffering that way. And it's a knowledge that it's lost. And we have to make a restart of how to think and how to manage not only the things, but also the manners, the knowledge that we have, our professions, and to help each other. For example, we are in the same building and we don't know that we have a doctor, that we have, somebody to help us.
Yeah.
So when the refugees stay here and the cabin stopped, I was thinking to start a new community like this that we have now, to help each other. And it's something like management.
Yes, the management.
People, abilities, and things.
Okay, you share all the skills.
Yes, all the skills and everything.
Okay.
And we found this place with Sophia and a few friends, and we established this association. We passed hard days because people are not ready to share. Sometimes they count things and they think about, I'm doing this and I want to earn money or something resilient. They are not so resilient.
Yeah, they don't accept
Yes.
things, changes easily,
Yeah.
and
They have to wait
Yeah.
for the results. So here we have hard days because we are too many and a big community, and then people start to leave, and then the pandemic
didn't help at all.
didn't help at all. But anyway, we've done this place, and we built day by day this book. I can say it's going to be a book, maybe.
Yes.
All this information and knowledge to share with other people
Yeah.
and help. So, personally, I focus in zero waste, and I've done a kind of calendar, but every page is different and gives information about things, how to clean your house without chemicals, it's easy to change in your everyday life. And I've done three calendars, and there are steps in the zero waste life. But sometimes I start with something easy, and then I'm coming back with
more details.
for example, in the first calendar, I say how you can do yourself a shampoo. But in the next level, I say no poo.
No poo, what's that?
It means no shampoo. You don't use it anymore. So in the first place, we change our toothbrush, but then we say don't use toothbrush anymore. There's another solution. And to explain it with details, for example, I wash my hair with a powder from Morocco mountain Atlantis. It's called gasoul, or Rasul, and maybe it seems not so zero waste that it comes from there.
Yeah, that's what I was
But
going to ask.
when you need 1 kilo of this powder, it takes 2 years
Uh-huh.
to spend it.
Yeah,
It becomes zero waste.
yeah,
And if you order for many people stop using all these
Yeah,
chemicals.
yeah.
It's so important.
huh. Less chemicals and less plastics
Yeah,
too.
less plastics.
Yeah. Mhm.
For example, about toothbrush and toothpaste. There's a special, no one special, too many special trees and plants that we can use the wood from those plants and clean our teeth. And it's not something strange or something new. It's too old, and Muslims use this for 1,000 years. We didn't know about this because of this lack of know the other cultures. We don't share enough informations,
It's true. Yeah.
and this is why I'm focusing this: how to share those informations. Because we see, look, all those millions of people, they use this and they have health in their mouth. And why we say no without check this?
Yeah.
Maybe they are right, or maybe it's something in between. But we have to try and know about this. So I've done my research. Anyway, those plants, they can clean your teeth.
I also found on the internet that if you mix, I think it was cocoa oil, and you mix it with curcuma, you also get a really nice toothpaste. And I've tried it, and it works. It's nice, and it also, well, I now it's I haven't been using it for more than a month, but it also makes your teeth whiter, and helps really remove all the dirt in them.
Yes.
And it works very, very well.
So there are too many solutions like this, and we don't know. I checked my whole life, the 24 hours, what I'm doing, first in my life and in my family. And most of the things that I say do it, first I am the
I have
experiment animal.
The one who tries first, no?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm trying things, and when I use them for 1 year, 2 years, or maybe many years, I say, okay, that's true, that happens. And then share with others. And then you make the next step. For example, misvak here in Greece, you can buy it, and it comes from Afghanistan or Pakistan or somewhere else. So I'm trying now with the university to find a solution how we can have a Greek plant for this, and make our own production.
Yeah.
And we'll bring it from somewhere else. And test what's in it. It's good for the health, not. We have to change something, do something in between. What else we can? Also here, we are doing workshops about upcycling. But for me, it's not the first step to do upcycling. The first step is like the design that I've told you. You have to think before you use something, not to do something with this, not to use it so you don't have something to use it again. To think first. So I think it's not what to do with the plastic cups or bottles. You can do many things, art or reuse or whatever. The problem is that you have to think in a different way and stop this plastic thing.
And replace it for any other.
Yes. And here we have another problem. For example, who have a plastic bucket or something, and people say, I don't use plastic buckets anymore. I'm throwing away, and I'll buy iron bucket, for example. Okay, but the plastic one, it's still on the planet. You didn't do nothing. You just don't see it anymore. It's somewhere else. And sometimes, if you give your old plastic thing to somebody that he doesn't care about the planet, it's worse than to keep it. So you have to manage it in a new philosophy. So we use plastic, but we don't throw it away. We use the right plastic. We have to know about the difference between plastics and choose what we buy. And sometimes, you know, the plastic is better than the microfiber clothes that we wear. We have microplastics because of microfibers everywhere in the sea, and then we drink and we eat it.
Yeah.
It becomes
Into our
stomachs.
bodies, yeah.
And we don't know that microfiber is not like cotton or silk, or it's not a kind of fabric of it's a kind of production.
Yes.
So it's a microfiber, but you don't know what microfiber it is.